Hope you got your carbs ready, babes. Hope you got your beverages. Felicity is hot off the mark.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All rugged up and got my hot cup of tea and my popcorn.
I also do. And thank you for your beautiful post today, Heather. That was so lovely.
That's good. I'm just feeling really good at the moment.
Good. That's what we want.
Yeah. And of course, we've got 29-degree heat and fans and cold water.
I've got a hot water bottle on my back. I love seeing everyone jumping in. How is everyone feeling today? Are you feeling the fun energy situations that are happening? Ditto. Did everyone, has everyone, you keep your hand, yeah, no worries. Did everyone see my post in the event in the forest? Yeah. If you haven't seen it, it's basically just what you need to bring. So some water, I've got some of Megan Cook's tea, so like some herbal tea, a pen and a paper, something to draw on, and some carbs or some form of delicious food that will, yes, Till, what have you got, Till?
Just some cheeky potato crisps, you know. I've also just finished dinner, so.
Yeah, I know, I'm not even really very hungry. Charlie made me, for Melbourne people, Northside Melbourne people, the Moroccan soup chickpea bake. Amazing. Chili, when you come over tomorrow, I will smell like garlic. Yeah, so go and grab some carbs, just because I know, do you need earphones? If you want to have the music, you know how sometimes you like to have the music like right in, if you want to, like, yes, I would say that would help. So you'll see that I also posted the playlist that I created in the message. So if it's, you know how sometimes it's a bit shit through Zoom, if you want to like fully immerse yourself in it, I would do that. Just because I find it easier, and then we can, if we're not talking and I'm just messaging you on chat, I can message you to say come back, but I'll give you times and stuff anyway. So we'll just, I'm just reading Aura's full message that I need to read out. I didn't read the full message what to bring. I stopped at popcorn part and went to make some. I love the dedication. Oh, my internet's a bit shit, so hopefully this is going to be all right. All right, so it looks like we've got pretty much everyone on. Haz has come for some quality time. So tonight, I've never done this with people before. Megan's on her way. Amazing. Thanks, Till. Or she just messaged me that directly. Thank you. Yes, private messages. I've never done this with a group of people before. So I'll be really open with you, I'm a bit nervous because I probably will. I will try and channel a bit. I did some channeling earlier, and for me, it comes out in song, and I know I can sing, but also audience. It's very different to busting out moves in your car to, like, you know, 90s pop. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to first move into a protection with Archangel Michael, and I'll take you through that. And some of our stargazers and other people that are, you know, that do that kind of work might know how to do this already. And, you know, feel free to, oh yeah, it's so fun for you to finish your dinner. Like, yeah, go for your life. I also love you so much, Danny, because every time you get on a call, you're eating. It's just the greatest thing ever. That means you're comfortable. It's the best. So we're going to do some protection with Archangel Michael. Then we're going to listen along and, you know, do some, you might do some chanting if you want to, but connect in with a Kundalini mantra, which is Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and you can sit with your hands in prayer or you can sit with your eyes closed. But essentially this mantra connects you to the golden chain of teachers everywhere who've worked in the spiritual space. So that track goes for about 9 minutes. And I want us to sit with that for 9 minutes. So this is going to be a lot of kind of, we're doing it together, so the energy is going to be really intense. But because we're going to protect ourselves first, my intention is that we won't be having any, we won't be feeling anyone else's energy. If you are, I want you to talk to me in the chat or just give me a wave, because I'll keep on looking. Not because it's bad, just because I want to be able to help you break the cords. If you don't, we're not here to carry other people's stuff, essentially. I want it to be kind of an individual thing. Danny, I know that you're pregnant. If anyone else is pregnant and I don't want to announce it in the call, can you just send me a little message so I know, so I can also then put a protection around the baby as well, just because they're different souls. So we want to work with your soul, not the baby's soul. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into a meditation with this really cool tantric music. It's very, it's hot. The music is hot. Felicity's newly pregnant. Oh, I just found out it's a direct message. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's me today. Anyone else? Send me a message on Instagram. I'm so sorry, Flick. I will delete that from when I do the recording.
That's all right. Jen now knows. Jen.
Oh.
No, I was going to message you like, I can see you typing there.
Oh, that's the worst. That's like my worst nightmare. I just lived it. Oh, sorry, Jen. Sorry, Flick. If anyone else is pregnant, it's a secret. Just message me on Instagram. Fucking hell. Congratulations. Oh, God. Now I need to ground myself after that. Forest baby. Okay, let's just collect myself after that fuck up. Then what we're going to do is we'll sit in that music for about 11 minutes. There's 2 tracks, and in this when you're in this, Aura is pregnant with a food baby. When we're in this space of this hotter music, so it'll feel hot for you energetically. This is the space where I want you to grab your paper and your pen and to do some drawing. Now, what will come through is, because we've connected to the line of teachers, we've protected ourselves. I want you to say something like, and I can remind you this, it's totally fine. Show me some symbols that I need to know, or can you please show me some light language symbols that I need to know? And it will come up like things like little squiggly lines with dots. Or it might look like what you would say was like Arabic, you know, like that. It will have that kind of look to it, the letters. Or it might just be swirly lines. Then we're going to have a little break. I'm going to pull you out of that. And I'm going to be using the music basically to help me keep on track with this. No worries, Lining. And then we're going to go back in a second. So in that little break, we're going to go back in and we're going to see if we can hear sounds that will come with these, whether it's through song or through you know, just you might hear different, it's like a dialect. You might hear different noises or sounds to go with the different. So I want you to actually point to each symbol on your paper and to see if you can get individual sounds or anything to do with it. If you can't get anything, it doesn't matter. Don't feel like you need to know how to do this in the first go. This is all just about opening up that channel for you to start with. Yeah, and then we're just gonna, then I'll pull you out of that and we can have a little chat. If you feel like you want to have it, if you feel like you want to ask me questions throughout it, if you feel like you need some support or anything throughout it, pardon me, just send me just send a message. If you want it to be private, I will actually have it up properly so I can see it. And yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. That's my assumption anyway. Have you got any questions? Let me have a look. Or if you want to move around, you can move around. So yeah, I can explain. So a light language activation is essentially, I'm helping you connect to the language and the sounds of the Pleiades or the star seeds. So what will happen is over time, it might not happen tonight, but over time you may begin to decipher different noises and actually work out what they mean. So what has come to me since I've been playing with this for probably the last maybe 2 or 3 years is that you will hear the noises first and then you'll get a sense of what they mean, and then it's like you're learning a language. You'll actually understand what you're saying. There is a lot of repetition that comes through. There's a lot of it feels like it's in your throat, that like the flicking of the tongue. So you may feel like that. Yeah, so a light language activation is connecting to the language of source, the language of what is bigger than us, that is not the human existence. How did I learn how to find this? Well, it's a very funny story. I was at home one night. I was going through a really kind of lonely period, and I was watching Disney movies and or Disney / Pixar. And have I told you this story, Danny? And that's why you're making me tell you this story. I actually was watching The Prince of Egypt. And you know that really daggy one that has Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston who sing that amazing song? I love that one too. I will post it in the event in the comments afterwards. You might be able to watch it online. I don't think that it's not on Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure it's not on there. Anyway, it's the story of Moses, and it's DreamWorks. Yes! Fuck, I love you guys so much. It's the best. Nerd, the best. And I was just watching it, and I was having these really strong emotional like feelings about the story. And I was like, hang on, like when he goes into the cave and he is, you know, he's talking to the flaming tree. Like, I'm not religious at all. There isn't, my family, I went to church as a kid for my grandparents, but never for me. And I just got more and more and more emotional. And as the different music started to come on with the different dialects and stuff, I started to get more and more, even more and more emotional. And then I started drawing out different symbols. And I've always been deeply connected to things like Lebanese music and the beats of things, and, you know, secretly my Lebanese techno obsession. But I never really could understand why it was such a thing. And I know that this is not Lebanese in the terms of the language this is not about that, but the soundtrack is epic. It's really emotive. And when the movie finished, I just put on like music from and I started to download different letters and words, and I got a whole alphabet. And then from that, they gave me my healing modality, which is power shapes. And there's 14 power shapes, and they all have different symbols and different healing movements and ways that you can clear energy through the different shapes. And so that was just my introduction into it. So it came in a bit of a weird way. And then, you know, I'll have moments where it'll be really strong. It will come through, and then I won't hear it or think about it for a long time. And then I might be like sitting out under, I love that it's on Stan. Yes, you're just so good at Googling, all of you. And then I might be sitting under the moon one night, and it will come through really strongly. So that's kind of how that's how it may happen for you as well. Yes, watch party. We can definitely do that. You can actually do those things now. Technology. Okay, so are we ready to do some protection? Yeah. Let's find a different piece of music that I haven't put onto the playlist. Actually, let's not. All right, so I want you just to rub your hands together. And you can repeat out loud, or you can say it in your head. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Please be with me now. Please assist me to remove all blocks that are stopping me from connecting to my highest. Please cut and dissolve all cords, clear all spells, vexes, bonds, and anything else that is not in my highest. Now that you have done that, please place a dome of your beautiful bright white light around me. Please protect me from all energies that are not at my vibration, only allowing the energy of love and safety and whatever is best for me within this dome. And if I am carrying a little one, please place a dome of mother of pearl around them. Please only allow energies that complete me and connect me to myself. Please only allow the energy of me to be with me in all times and space, in all galaxies, in all parallel universes. And just see this beautiful dome of beautiful bright white light connecting at the top of your head and right down to your toes. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Within this dome, I can only give my energy away, but no one can take it. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Do you have any advice for us tonight? Anything you want to say? Have fun, light workers. Be keen observers of what comes through. You are protected, and so it is, and so it shall be. And just take a really big deep breath for me. Okay. So I'm just going to post the mantra that we're about to sing. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo is the mantra to call in the golden light of all the teachers that have come before us. You don't have to say it if you don't want to. You don't have to chant along. It's completely up to you. So I am going to share. And if you just want to close your eyes,
Kindness of the heart, breath of life, I bow to you, and I'm coming home, and I'm coming home, and I'm coming home, and I'm coming home.
Taking a big, deep breath in. And just moving your toes and fingers, moving your arms around if you feel like you need to. Yeah, that's a good neck, moving your neck around. Okay, so now we're going to start the fun stuff. Oh, that wasn't fun because it's nice and relaxing, but this is really exciting. So you are protected, you are connected. Now you're going to get your notebook and you're going to get a pen or texters or whatever. And I'm going to put the music on, or you might put the music on. Was that okay for sound? Do you want to keep it just through the Zoom? Yeah, cool. And so the next 2 songs go for, one goes for 5-ish minutes, one goes for about 7 minutes. The sound was great. Oh yeah, that's okay. So what I might do is if I want to communicate with you in any way, let's just do it through the chat. And I'll just keep on looking at your screens and stuff. So if you get into any, if you're feeling anything, you just put your hand up and I can direct message you. I don't think anything like that's going to happen. When I did it, it was emotional, but it was and I cry all the time anyway. So Tilly can attest to that. So let all the sensations and let what comes through be really joyful and a fun experience. Have fun with source, have fun with drawing, connect to that part of you. What I want to remind you also is there is no right way to do this. What comes through is what comes through. One of the symbols for power shapes is a circle with 2 lines underneath it. But it's one of the most powerful healing techniques that I use in that modality when I use it when I heal. So don't be afraid to get creative. Don't be afraid to scroll all over the page. Don't be afraid to be that psychic that celebrity's medium dude, whatever his name is, Tyler, or how he scribbles on the page while he's getting the messages. Have you ever seen that show? Don't be afraid to do that. Let the music move through you. Allow the energy of the music and the vibration to move through you. All of you are so intuitive and so connected, so much more than you believe you are. So this is just about trusting the process. Have you got any questions before we go in and do this? No. All right, let's fucking do it. So remember, if you need to talk to me, just send me a chat. You might want to close your eyes. How are you feeling? You guys threw us some really good trance faces. I'm glad this is being recorded. How is that? Take a big deep breath for me. Have you got some popcorn? Or some kind of carb related thing? Have a few bites. Just let it bring you down to earth. Feel better? What did that feel like? Feel free to speak if you want. Spacey, Beck, you were doing the best, like, until he was moving her hand like this. Emotional, yeah. Shifting so much stuff, like, but also I feel like it was a beautiful connection to a starseed family for you, that moment. Anger.
At the end, I felt like I had to brush something away. Like I was, because I'm very physical, so I was like brushing away from my forehead. I don't know what that was.
Do you feel like there was something in front of your third eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just right at the end when we were coming back down. Like I was just like, there's something, go away.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Does it feel like there's anything there now?
No.
Yeah, cool. That's why you're moving your hand. What do you mean, Till? Because you can feel something was there.
I have a mouthful of chips, which is really great. Yeah, I could feel something here and I was like, ooh. That's the technical term of what I was doing.
It's really interesting, isn't it? How you put your hand up. Put your hand up. If you could feel like you felt something in your body, you could feel things around you. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you couldn't. It's interesting, like how some people, it's a kinesthetic experience for them, but sometimes it's more like emotional, it's internal. Or you were out deep, babes. You were just so, your face, oh, it was really hard not to take a photo, like a really close-up screenshot of your face with so much love. But I've known you for a while now, so I feel I can say.
I'm going to have to watch the repeat. Well, maybe I shouldn't because I might feel like a fuckwit.
No, so beautiful. You were like this. It was just, but your lips were like you'd injected them beautifully. They were just so.
What stuff? So enjoy for anyone who watches the repeat.
You had a stabbing pain in your foot, Patricia. What, on your left foot? Okay, so your left side is your feminine side. So that would mean that there is some part of you that is stopping you from really walking or stepping forward into that energy into your life. And my assumption would be it'd be something to do with, you know, how you like to do things all the time, and like a lot of the messages that are coming through to slow down, but that's because you're not in your feminine, you're in your masculine. So even though, you know, gender is...
Wow, that's
yeah. Oh, we can't hear.
Wow. Never thought of that. Thank you for that.
That's okay. So I would work on doing some stuff to do with it's not about being like the classical feminine masculine, because that's not what life is about. We everyone has a masculine and a feminine. It's not a gender thing. It's what does feminine energy make you feel, and then do that. What does masculine energy make you feel, and then do that. You felt direct, Danny. Jane, you felt heaviness in your chest during the first song, and then it moves into your head during the second song. Have you got a headache, or is it gone now?
It's gone now when you start speaking, Elle. So I don't know why. So
if it comes back in the next little bit, I want you to visualize that it's a particular color. So it might be a color that makes you feel really beautiful and calm, and that it's moving out of you. And when it hits that beautiful white dome that's around you, protecting you, it just dissolves.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that goes for other like things if you're feeling things in your body.
Thank you.
Struggling to come back. Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine.
Can't stop moving my right hand, and I'm really spaced out.
Have you got? You just had a bit of sandwich, didn't you?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I'm just saying.
Have you got a cup of tea? Can you get Seth to get you a cup of tea?
I've got water.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like you need like a. Yeah, I feel like you need some tea.
Now or later?
I feel like I want to be direct and say now.
If you give me permission, I'll go and come back.
Yeah, go.
All right.
And that goes to anyone. If anyone needs to go to the toilet or anything, because we'll have a little rest for a couple of minutes. So if you need to go, who found it hard? Megan, yeah. Lani, yeah. Jenna, yeah. When you were trying to do it, was it because you felt like you were in your head, like you were up here instead of down here? What kind of felt hard about it?
For me, I'm not visual, and I just kind of was I was like asking for something visual, but I'm not a visual person. I don't see anything ever. So yeah.
So it might be that the next little part will be good for you because you're here. It might be that actually it's more about hearing or feeling for you, because you were moving around a lot.
Was I?
Yeah, you were like but in a really beautiful, connected way. Like not you know how like kids move around because they can't sit still, like they've got ants in their pants.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that. It was that you were in flow. You were definitely in flow with the energy. Yeah, because a lot of you were moving around at a really similar pace. And it's not really to do with the music. It's kind of weird. Those tracks are weird. It's like you don't move you're moving with the energy. That's what I mean. Like that first song in particular feels really hot. They've got a particular kind of energy to them, those tracks. So I'll be interested to see what happens when we start to feel into sound and everything next for you. Yeah. Oh, we've got a visitor. Yeah. Yeah. So Till, when you started, you felt like you didn't know what to do. Yeah.
Classic perfectionist me was like, what am I meant to be drawing?
Yeah. So show me what you drew. Do you feel comfortable showing me? Do you want me to show you what I drew?
I just went for heaven to Betsy.
Yeah.
One moment, caller. Oh, can you see?
Yeah, there you go. Look at yeah.
But once I got out of my head.
Yeah. They don't make sense.
It's interesting when you look at it though, because there's like 4 or 5 that I've done like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, similar. Like I've got this kind of symbol often comes, this backwards 3 comes up for me a lot. And this bottom one was like see how there's like the 3s, like the kind of backwards 3s?
Can I just ask if anyone else feels comfortable to show, like maybe not even now, but later? I would just be really interested to see what other people drew and wrote. And yeah, I'm frothing yours, Tilly.
Did you do that on the iPad too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. I need to get it from the space.
Just iPad for life, guys.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh, Jen, yes.
Yeah. See, like Jan's is very different to Tilly and mine. So this is just a reminder that it doesn't matter what it is. It's whatever is coming through. Does anyone else want to show us what they got? Yeah, see, Aura, that's cool. It's much more spiky. Oh, look at Jenna's. There's lots of things that look like penises. I love this, Tara. Look at yours. It's beautiful. I love the color. Oh, yes, Danny. Yeah. This is cool too, Jane. So these bottom ones down here, so you know how you've got the ones lined up. See how Jane's got them? They're different. That's what happened to me. I had different letters. Now I get stuff like this where it's like a sentence, I assume. You know, this is, so don't feel like if it doesn't look like any of it, like none of this is wrong. This is just what's coming through. It's an energy frequency. Yes, Saskia, look. I love this. It's cool, isn't it? Like, where do these things come from? Yes, Heather.
Jane, I got the same penis looking symbol as you. Where is it? Was it you, Jane? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's cool.
Mm.
So Alicia, she says, I felt a massive wave of panic over me at the end of the second song, but I'm okay now. Yeah, so did it feel like it wasn't yours?
Yeah, it was kind of like I've had panic attacks in the past. It actually felt like a beginning of a panic attack, like this real stomach drop, you know, like when you're scared or nervous, like that real physical response you have, that like fight or flight. It was like the flight response had kicked in.
Yeah.
But then when the music stopped, I actually just felt fine. I felt a bit of like a shiver,
Yeah.
like a bit of cold.
Yeah.
And then I went and grabbed some chips from the cupboard, some corn chips, because you mentioned, you know, having something to eat. And I feel completely fine now. I actually feel like lighter, like it was like almost a release or something.
I reckon you shifted something then, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
No, I love this. It's so cool. Aura, I don't think anything physical. I was mainly focused on the music and the beat, but when I finished, I felt really excited. Yeah, your face looks really like you've woken up. You went so deep. So what we're gonna do now? You had an umbrella, Lani. It's so strange. I had an umbrella come into my head. I thought that's stupid, but I just turned around and there's an umbrella on the wall behind you, or behind me. Oh, I can't see. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I'm in my friend's room and she's a scientist. So I've been getting like messages like, there's things you don't know, there's things you don't know, even though humanity thinks, you know, we're kind of limited with what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I love that. Well, so this is interesting that you got like the words and stuff, because when I first started drawing, I got this top one and they said matter, and then I got unruly, and then I moved some stuff, and then I got this one that says calm. So I was like, you know, because we're nervous, we start and we're nervous, and so we're like, the energy it bubbles, it's all over the shop, and so then we start to relax into the process and we calm down. I got a money code, I got a healer's sickness code, and I got a lover's code as well. So this is the kind of stuff that you'll be able to do. You'll be able to decide, like you'll be able to listen to your intuition and decipher what it means, and then like now we're going to play with a bit of sound and stuff. So it might be that a sound comes through, it might be that a word comes through, and you'll understand what it is. Danny says, I got a page with starter shapes and then the next page built on those. See, that's really cool. Yeah.
That was the first page, and then the next ones are all like clearly that one, and then a couple pages later, it's like it turned into that then turned into that. Like, yeah.
I love this so much. All right, so are you all feeling like okay? You're feeling grounded. You don't feel like up in the air? No, you're feeling all right. You're not like needing anything else to eat or drink? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put on, it's a much calmer piece of music, and I want you to play with sound. And listen to what kind of comes through. It might come through as a, you know, like in a song, it might come through as a word, but I want you just to kind of look at the shape or feel. You might even want to touch it with your hand on the page or the iPad and just connect with the vibration of it. And I want and tap into that kind of sound or they're saying the shape of what your mouth would be if you're wanting to express something. So, you know, this is just, it doesn't, remember that all of this is just about, it's what's coming through for you. Nothing is wrong or right. You know, sometimes I will, you know, go onto YouTube and there'll be a light language message or transmission there for me, and the sound of it doesn't sound, the sound sounds off for me. So I feel like, oh, I won't listen to that because it sounds off. But then there might be something that feels really like I can't stop listening to it, and then that's a message for me. So just trust the process as well. So the music that it's coming on is much like lighter, and it will help you kind of, I feel like it'll help you to be able to express yourself through sound, and just to connect with that. Have you got any questions before we do it?
Yes, sorry. So we look at, are you saying we look at the symbols that we've dropped?
So have a look at the symbols, and you might even want to like touch it. You might even just want to sit in meditation, or you may want to even draw over it. And then it's like you're asking it to tell you what it sounds like. You're calling in, and part of the process of this is that, like, I find that this process is a little bit harder because then my mind wants to come into it, because I want it to sound I want it to sound normal. But like, does this look like a normal exercise that average people do? Probably not. So it's okay if it sounds strange, or it sounds like maybe even it sounds like something you've already heard before. You know, they're like pushing sound out of my throat, but I'm just like, I'm not going to sing on this Zoom yet for you. Because I want you to play with this. I want you to play with sound. So yeah, like if you can feel it in your throat when it starts to come through, and it might take you a few goes to kind of push it through, but it'll either come out in like like in a musical way, or it'll come out in a way that will sound much denser, if that makes sense. No, you can, like, so Aura's saying, do we have to write down the sounds or remember, or is it just important sound? It's more the message with it. Yeah, you don't have to, like, sometimes I'll remember things, sometimes I won't. This is all just about trying to connect the two pieces together tonight, and then you'll just practice and grow from it. Like, get better at it. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's do this. Saskia, do you have any questions because you dropped out then?
Yeah, my internet cut out. I'm just going to watch the replay then. I
don't
know what I've done.
That's okay. So what we're doing is we're looking at the things that we've drawn, or we're touching them, or you might even want to draw over them, and we're connecting a sound to them, whatever comes through. So the next track goes for, I don't know because I have to click on it to tell me. So the next two tracks go for about 5-ish minutes. All right. As always, if you need, just send me a message. did you go?
I found that really fun
That's good.
and creative, not as stressful as drawing.
You're cooked, Beck. Yeah, lots of work. We're nearly finished. We're gonna do like a close off after this, so you'll sleep well. I'm gonna ground you back down again. Feel like you need a big cry. Yeah, fair enough. As a linguist, that was really interesting. Yes. Beautiful. You had message of don't do it. So they didn't want you to know the sounds. The best. I love that. Trust it. Yeah, so the reason Alicia says the music I have is a lovely light Hobbit feel. So the reason I picked that was because we'd had some kind of Middle Eastern-y vibe, and I wanted to see that because you know there's Celtic energy in here. I wanted to see if that Celtic energy or that Celtic music could, lots of chants and repeats would actually draw some other kind of energy out. Because you may not have actually had a past life in a Middle Eastern space, or you may have no connection to that. So don't feel like you have to go straight to those really heavy drum beats and connect to that. It might be that it's the Celtic thing that connects to you the most. Until you couldn't tap into the first one. Yeah, fair enough. Does anyone want to share any sounds they got? I mean, Lani's a musician, so I feel like I want to say that she has to. It's a rule.
That's so funny. I feel like I connected with the first song more.
Yeah.
It's really strange. I think I've been getting messages to connect with ancestors because my granddad's Lebanese. So when you said Lebanese, I was like, oh my God. So I think the main one I got was I had like a beetle sort of shape. I had a beetle come into my room recently. And so when I heard like there was this little scattering sound, and it just made me think of that. It's so random, but.
Yeah. And so do you know the symbolism of beetles?
No.
I think it's something like new beginnings, or like shedding your skin and like taking shape for who you are in the world.
Oh,
I think I feel like I've read it somewhere.
Yeah.
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
That's cool because like I kind of envisioned like off the Lion King with the beetle, and he's kind of scattering along and tricky. And I just imagined it like flying around, and it was like a happy little beetle. So the music went happy in this round when I was looking at the Beatles. So I was like happy vibes off that.
I love that. Well, that is, and you are going through a metamorphosis at the moment, a big one, big change. Yeah. So yeah, you're like, it means like that to me shows me that you're on track in terms of interpreting what's like in front of you.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Any others want to share?
I'm not really a big connector to sound, but I kind of felt myself like just drawing the sounds. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense because I do that too. I draw the sounds as well.
Like it's just, I don't know, that's what the sound looks like for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Wasn't there some in Australia, there was some TV show as kids that had sounds that had shapes? Maybe I'm thinking of like Molly.
Didn't have that in Germany.
No. Patricia did the same thing as you, Saskia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so this is the thing. Don't think that you're not as creative as others because you're just creative in your own way. There's no like competition for creativity here. It's all just about connecting to the messages of source. Amen. So do you want me to give you an example of like what comes through when I do this? So you've got one. Do you want to go, Danny?
That one is like a super high pitch, like ee, like really high, and like it said like to share that one with the collective. I don't know why.
That's cool.
I don't even know what it means, but there you go.
So, did you know that Saturn has its own frequency?
Okay, it did come to me not before, and like a planet of some sort, but it was super high pitched, like it bugged me, but I'm like, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like that really high pitched noise where often people have to cover their ears, and it's just like, or it's just outside the sound range. It was like that really high, like like really off and stuff like that. Ah, someone else has it too.
I'm gonna see. So I'm just gonna look on YouTube because there is videos that you can look at Saturn's like the sound frequency of Saturn. Here we go. There's the high pitched sound. Got to turn the video off.
So that's it. That was the sound. That's really creepy.
So you would, I would. My assumption is that you were connecting to the vibration, the frequency of Saturn.
That's insane. Sorry, that's just spooking me out.
Yeah. So
and then that actually made me flutter and connect like in a way that was just like overwhelming.
Yeah. So Tilly said, Danny, do you know where Saturn is in your chart?
Nah.
Okay.
No
so
idea.
I would go to astro.com.
We need to find out because I reckon you're getting something coming through that's related to like whatever your house placement is with your planets. I reckon you need to look into that for sure.
Yeah.
I might work with you one-on-one on that, Tilly, because
Yeah,
I've
happy to help.
I've got a huge hole in that space, so
Yeah.
that's just intense.
More than happy.
I love that Patricia says that it sounds draining to her, but whereas Danny, did that make you feel like alive?
It was intense. It's like, I don't know. I can't explain it. All I can imagine is like taking some type of synthetic drug that makes you hyper energetic, but like I don't take synthetic drugs or do any of that. So that's about the closest thing I can think. It's just like an injection of like,
Yeah. Yeah. I love that explanation. It made you feel, so it sounds speed. So that made you feel uncomfortable as well, Alicia? I love this. This is cool.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like when a fire alarm goes off to me, or like, sorry, a smoke detector, that sound, and it's like, that's how it felt for me. Yeah. How funny how we all interpret sounds so differently.
So differently, yeah. Cool. Yeah, do other planets have sounds? Yeah. Do you want me to post some other planet sounds in the forest? Let me write it down. This is going to be the weirdest message to myself. Planet sounds in the forest.
But it's creeping me out. It was a specific one sound, and then it was variations of the one. It was spot on.
Yeah, so do you want me to type in Uranus? So what did we just have today? We've got a Saturn and Uranus conjunction, or is Uranus and Taurus? So let's have a look at Uranus.
P.S. This is awesome. Freaky, but awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe it if anyone else told me.
And then you can do something like, this is Mars. Lani likes Mars. So there's we know that everything is energy, so everything can be manipulated. So yeah, Mars is a kind of angry energy. Uranus is mystic, and Uranus. But the interesting thing is what they say that Uranus is the planet of chaos, and because it has it can corrupt like so many energies, so powerful when it connects with other energies. But it is true in the sense that Mars has that red anger kind of vibe to it. So it's Google this stuff. Google the Schumann resonance and have a look at that. The Schumann resonance is the frequency of Earth, and what's been happening lately is it's meant to be around 80, I think, and it's been jumping to 800, and then it's been having days where it's just not even showing up on the frequency mapping. It's just black, because we're going through so many huge energetic shifts as the Earth changes consciousness, because we can create the energies with our minds. And when the human collective does it together, it's so powerful to get on calls like this and be together in this energy. It's much more powerful doing it than when you're by yourself. So imagine if there's a huge collective of energy that causes different types of energetic frequencies on Earth. So the days that the people in America stormed the Capitol are the days that the Schumann resonance on Earth blacked out. So like there's too many kind of coincidences for it not to be us, humans. We're so much more powerful than we realize we are. So now that you're connected to this, we're gonna do a meditation, and I'm gonna ground you back in. And I encourage you to practice this. I encourage you to get connected to the different sounds and vibrations of things around you. We have different frequencies. That there's healing frequencies and frequencies for bringing love into your life and abundance and all this kind of stuff. It's all available to you. And if you want more of that information, that's something that we can definitely talk about bringing into Forest 2.0. And I can post some stuff in. I'll post the different planet frequencies into the forest tonight. But when you're practicing this, I'm just going to show you what came through for me. So with this money code, it says Ahasakan. So I got Ahasakan, and then healing sickness code is Kata Kata. So when we have unruly matter, it's Ansapataka. Madum is the calm frequency. Ahasakan is a money code. Lukanidal Hasakanta is lover's code. And so that's the kind of stuff that's coming through when I look at these things. So the more that you practice, you may begin to start to hear those types of words coming through. Just practice. You got this. Have you got anything else you want to share, or any questions before we do our final kind of clearing meditation? I'm going to give you a little healing just to make sure that you're not, on Jupiter or anything like that, unless you want to be.
It's really interesting, Elle, because I feel like I come from I want to say religious background, but that's not right. But I spent a lot of time in church as a teenager because that's what I did. And hearing you say those things, it's almost like tongues.
Yeah.
Like when, people are moved by the Spirit in a Christian setting. And so that's really interesting to kind of see that parallel play out, because that's like the first time probably in, like 10 years, at least 10 years, if not 12 years, that I've heard like sounds like that. So yeah, really freaky.
When they first came through, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel safe. But so that's why, like when I do something like intuitive level 1 or something, we do that amount of protection and stuff at the start of a course. Like there's big amount of protection because we're tapping into our energy. But just on a general Wednesday wisdom, I'm not doing those. I'm doing it for myself, but I'm not doing that for you because it's like general card reading. But to do this work, you've got to protect yourself, because you're opening yourself up to different energies that you may not understand. And so it's, if you're going to delve more into this, it's so important to protect your energy, because like even today I was so exhausted and I messaged Till and said, should I go home from the space? I'm so tired. And she wrote, I think you wrote agree, because we just talk to each other in one word communication. And then Vix sent me a message and said, you are so tired. But I had said to Till, I feel like my body is already getting ready for tonight, because it is a big drain. It's a drain to support. We've got 21 people on the call, support you guys. Not that like I want to do that, but also it's a big energy kind of usage. So when you're tapping into this stuff, please make sure that you spend at least the first 5 to 10 minutes working on the protection of your soul and your essence, and calling in Archangel Michael and saying his name 3 times and seeing that beautiful white light around you, so that you are not drawing on energy, but you're only drawing on the energy of this positive love and, that is here to help you be a better version of yourself, that you're not tapping into anything else. And things like entities and stuff can be they can drain you, and you don't want to have that in your life. I've experienced that before, and you don't want that. So yeah, but yes, the freakiness of the sound really resonates with me. So let's do this. All right. I'll get you to take a really big deep breath. And let's sit with our feet planted right on the floor. And they're telling me that I'm not allowed to use that piece of music, so thanks, guys. All right. Okay, take a really big deep breath in. Hold it there for a second, and then just release it. Take a really big deep breath in. Seeing beautiful balls of beautiful white light just encasing your ankles and your feet, and just drawing that energy down into the center of the earth. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, please connect us back to ourselves, grounding us and releasing any energy that is no longer serving us after we have been through this experience. Allow us to feel revitalized and magical and potent and just so happy that we can do anything. Remind us of how powerful and magnificent and magnetic we are. Allow us to see how trustworthy we are for the things that we desire in our lives. And if you could please just continue to protect us and our little ones for the next 72 hours with your beautiful white light, that would be so appreciative. And what an incredible journey you have all been on tonight. I've witnessed this with my heart and my soul, continuing to protect and support you through this next transition. Yours always, and so it is, your dearest Michael. Take a big deep breath in for me. Let it go, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for playing in the wackiness of energy tonight. Hey, you're all fully fledged light leaders just chatting to people in different dimensions, so enjoy. I would go and have a cup of tea or something like maybe even some more popcorn, or maybe a bit of veggies or something like that. You may feel hungry later. Banana, you may feel hungry, so just intuitively listen to what you need. You have used up so much energy. When you go to sleep tonight, just chat to Archangel Michael. Ask him to be with you while you sleep. Ask him to help you have the most delicious, healing, most magical sleep you have ever had in your life, and to help you wake up feeling refreshed. And just trust that that is the truth of what will happen. Have you got any other questions or anything you want to share before we jump off?
I have one thing.
Yeah.
The intuitive eating is so interesting. Last night I was just so hungry, even though I went out and had a huge meal, I was still hungry. I was like, oh my God, I need to eat like another meal. And I feel like that was, even though I didn't know what was happening tonight, I feel like that was giving me the energy for today. So
getting you ready. Yeah. I know
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to go back and have some more chickpea bake because
yeah,
it's just
sounds good.
delicious. And this is big work, you know. It's we're doing like Inception, like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like we're moving through different dimensions. Like this is really big stuff. So just trust what your human experience, your human body is telling you. Yeah. My pleasure. If you need to check in, like feel free. I'll be up for like maybe another hour and a half or something. So if you need me, you can feel free to message me on here or Instagram. I'll make sure that I can be of support. Danny, I feel like you're just probably shifting a shit ton of stuff. So just keep the fluids up. Have you got any like the drink that has electrolytes in it? I can't hear you. Maybe. Yeah. Otherwise, banana. Yeah. Yeah, I love when you're really cold, that means that they're very close to you physically, like they're wanting to touch you and stuff. Yeah. Thanks so much, beautiful babes. If you need me, you know where I live online. See ya. Sweet dreams.